Good afternoon. It is May 1st. It's got to be May 4:53. There's Kimmy. He's coming. Come on. Come on. He's coming. Okay. Anyways, so today we did our little walk class, and we did a stretch class, and then came back here and paid some bills because it's May 1st, and then had a buddy of mine come over. I'm not sure exactly, had an itch, sorry, where he lives per se, but he's like an hour and 20 minutes away. He asked if we could ride today. I was like, well, yeah. So he came over, and we were trying to set the sag on his bike. He had the same thing I got, and for some reason it was taking an insanely long amount of time. But I think we actually got on the bike around 2:20. We started riding, and then we stopped at right before 4. And then let's go the other way. I'm going to show you the signs. What I'm doing. Stop right before 4, and then I wash my bike and my boots, and then put everything up. So that's why it is now, whatever time I said, 4:54. So I thought I hadn't made a video yet today, so I'm going to show you my signs that I put up in the woods. I'm not going to do a whole full video on walking the woods, even though that's what I'm probably going to end up doing. But I want to show you all of my signs, because I feel like, you know, it took a while, and I'm proud of them. So I'd like to show things that I'm proud of. It's a lot more agreeable than showing you things that I'm not proud of. So anyways, so going into the woods here, and I think there's a sign here. Honestly, I go through here so fast, I don't see any signs. So, I mean, I can see like a color out of the corner of my eye, but it does help on the single track. So my first one, got my witch sign. Let's see, there we go. So that's the first one. And give you a little story behind the witch real quick, because he asked me about it. In a band called Swim the Witch. Also the idea of, even though it's female, but witch kind of being outcast, doesn't really belong, you know, might have some beneficial things to contribute to society, but because of stereotypes and prejudices and whatnot, they don't like her. And I feel, a lot of times I feel that way in a small town, because, you know, I'm not a good old country boy like most people around here, but, you know, I'm a pretty good egg for the most part. I'm honest, I'm loyal, dependable. I do what I say I'm going to do, and I'm willing to help if someone needs help. You know, I might look a little different than everybody around here, and listen to a lot different music than everybody does around here. Even drink the different drinks than they drink around here. So I feel that was another connection with the band, and, you know, with me. And so I started, my graphics on my bike say Witch Moto. And I use like a little Blair Witch icon, mainly to let you know it's not super serious. It's kind of Hollywood witch, not super witch. And some of my jerseys on the back, it says witch. So that way, you know, if you're riding the witch track at Witch Moto, I'm the witch. It's my track. So that's kind of where the witch thing came from, and why I've got witches in the woods here. So Also, it's woods, so witches are creepy. And I think one of these rocks out of the way. These rocks I can't stand. There we go. It's a little better. So I guess it kind of makes sense. This place is like bedrock town. There's one more rock over here somewhere. There you are. I don't like you either. We're going to throw you out. So, and then my alt routes, I used cryptid signs to kind of let you know that, you know, you're not on the main trail, you're on the alt. Because I feel like people that believe in cryptids are in the alt area of society. So, I don't know. Plus, cryptids are cool. Again, we're in the woods. What's going to be in the woods? A bus? No. It's going to be a cryptid. So, I'm kicking these big rocks. It's like, I don't know where they came from. It's like, should have called it Rock Farm. But, anyway. So, I'm going to keep on stepping. I'll show you the next sign. Okay, so, we are approaching alt sign 1. So I've got my Flatwoods Monster sign here. That lets you know you're getting ready to be on the alt trail. But today, for right now, we're going to take single track. And it's right here. I'll just kind of let it roll for a minute because we got some signs coming up, I think, pretty quick. Now, my friend Andy, who basically cut this trail, I don't know if he's from West Virginia, I think he's from Indiana actually, but anyway, he's got a Mothman sticker on his trailer. And in honor of him, I put a Mothman sign up on the trail that he cut. So he went from the witch trail to the Mothman trail. And I got a little arrow sign. Kind of let you know where to go. I did ride this today once, but I wasn't. Banged my knuckles pretty good when I hit a tree. So, direction sign. So I was just kind of like, you know, we're just going to stay on the main track today because I wasn't really feeling it. Pond feels low. Of course, you know, we're in a drought. It's supposed to rain all day tomorrow. So maybe that'll fix some of it. But yeah. So I'll pause it till I get to the signs. Through here, I've got a lot of these directional signs, which I can make some more of these pretty easy. I've got stickers that are this arrow shape. I just happen to have some white sheet metal, so I use that. And it's pretty visible. And we'll come into our turtle crossing. Number 1. Turtle crossing there, which I think I've showed this part before because I already had those up. And then this one was more, again, as I said last time, I'm pretty sure, or the other videos, but this is exactly where the turtle was because I wanted to get on this log over here and go around him. He was like coming, I don't know how he got over the log, to be honest with you, because he was like right here. So, turtle crossing. The only thing it does is kind of makes you pay attention and be like, okay, well this is, I need to pay attention through here because I'm gonna be a turtle. I do like this little trail. It's a good, it's gonna make me better. And I've got a directional sign here. This is the first intersection. I just used the natural because, you know, I didn't have enough sticker. But honestly, I can't really see these. I just know when I'm getting close, I need to start looking. It's like I need like 12 of them so I can see them in a row. And this is kind of another directional sign because this is the hill that I'm actually doing pretty good on as far as riding. Surprisingly good. But it's a little tough to walk it. Shoes getting dusty. It's super dusty today. Here's another intersection sign. Because as you can see, it goes across here, just like that. That way, and then we go that way. That confused me one time coming down this part. Like I wasn't really sure which way to go. And then this is a hairpin turn right here. The black corrugated pipe really helps me the most, to be honest, because I know this is, probably should get more of that, put another hairpin turn. But this is a little sketch. But you know, I'm getting it done. So, done better since I kind of sorted it out. And another directional sign. I guess there's a lot more like back to back. I mean, I put out, I think there are 15 of them. I don't know, 20, 10, who knows. We haven't been counting. You could count if you want, but I didn't count them. I just made them and made them and made them and made them. Another directional. In case you didn't know, when you go to the left, surely you could sort that out. But, you know, I had it, so I'm going to use it. And this is kind of the other. This isn't really that part, isn't really that hard. And you can see it kind of goes up and around. Again, you're going too fast to really look at signs. I kind of was worried that was what it was going to be like. Now this is a trick. You're like, well, look at that crazy sign. But that's exactly what it does. Goes straight, curves, and then hard curves back to the right. This one also kind of gets me sometimes. Barbed wire. So here's your curve to the left and your hard turn to the right, because it's just hard to make it round. And you got a log hopper right here, so it's a little iffy, but I know it's there and I do okay with it. So here's another little sapling hop. See, I would cut this out, but you know, these woods guys are like, oh, we'll just ride over it. Okay, so I'll pause you till I see more signs. Banners. Okay, we're at the next sign point. That's what it looks like. This one's a little weird because it does kind of do that. It's right beside Ye Old Creek. There's lots of roots and stuff, which kind of makes things go weird. And I went ahead and put, I wasn't sure, like I feel like I made one extra or something. But this is a hairpinner. Whoa. As you can see, it's definitely a hairpinner. Starting to get a little bit of a rut. I usually come into these trees a little bit because I'm not very good. But it's okay. I'll get better. Okay. So I think there's a sign coming right up here. I would just pause it, but I might as well just walk it for now. I think. Maybe not. Yeah, maybe not. And this was in the woods when I was doing the wood stuff a long time ago. And I kind of wanted just to confuse people. Like, is there an alarm out here? I don't think they would think so. There's a car mat right there, though. And a tire over there. But, you know, it's just funny. And I think it lets you know that you're on the right spot, the right path, going the right direction, that kind of thing. It's like a directional sign without a directional area on it. Another tire. So, okay, so I'm going to pause you again until we get the next sign. Okay, coming up on the next intersection. This is where I would get confused. So, I put that there for me because I want to kind of go here and then go that way. But no, you go down And I've got another sign here to kind of let you know what you do at the bottom of the hill. To this part, I'm going slow enough that I can see the signs. Because it's, I mean, I could go faster, but there's like trees everywhere. Trees are jerks. Trees is jerks. And I got a little sign down there. Kind of let you know from up top of the hill what it's going to do. And then this lets you know that it's another intersection. Again, that one goes straight and this one goes that way. So not a very good cutout job on that one there, Chad, but you know, after that many, you're getting a little tired of doing it. And I had to put that one further enough back because you could still see it coming the other way, and I didn't want to confuse people, so I put it back a little further than I should. Okay, this might be, there's a sign right there. I'll just let it go till I get to the sign. Jeez, super off camber. I'm telling you, it's kind of amazing, really, when I walk this, how slopey, whoa, slopey it is. I can't show you on the film, but I mean, like, the fact that I could do this on a dirt bike is, I feel like, impressive. Here's another sign, let you know what we're doing up here. Again, this is kind of, I'm not sure if that's the right sign, but because once I drew them all out, I'm like, I don't know where they go. So it kind of comes up, I mean, it's mostly right, so I don't know. I feel like a sign, you don't need to look at it, you just need to know when you see it out of the corner of your eye, something weird's fixing to happen. You better pay attention to slow down or something. There'll come a time that I know this track like the back of my hand, and I won't need a sign. But it was nice today because I let JD he followed me once through here. I mean, he had it. So here we are. Exit sign. Now this is not really drawn exactly right because it's like a slight curve to the right and then it's a hard curve to the right. But you know, I made it orange because you better pay attention. Because it goes like right there, it continues on. If you just keep going straight, you loop back into where we started. But this one curves up and it's got roots, so it's hard. More roots. Throw that off. And then this is the hard turn to the right. So it's a pretty technical turn for such a easy peasy little thing. So I think this is the, okay. So we're on the first alt where it had the Flatwoods Monster. Now we're back on the main track, and up here I've got our next sign. I know this is like thoroughly like super interesting, but you know, this is what I did, and I spent a lot of time on it. So by God, I'm gonna tape it. So there's the regular line, which I need to cut that tree down because I went that way once and it was a little hinky. I was like, nope. So now we're on the alt. So you know you're on the alt because you got a cryptid. So I made this little Flatwoods Monster sign here so you can, again, it's kind of a blur when you go through here. But you know, if you stop and look at a sign because you don't know where you are, it's helpful. So this is the alt path 1. So I've got a little Flatwoods guy. And guess I'll just keep it rolling for now. Why not? We're not that far from the next thing. Now, this is where the main trail comes in, and it goes to the left, as indicated by said sign there. But this is alt line number 2, I think, or the 3, actually alt line number 3. So I thought I had a sign right here. Did I not have a sign right here? I How would you know you're on the alt line? There it is. Okay. Whew. A lot of hiking today. All right, so this is my Wendigo sign that I made. Why Wendigo? I don't know, because they're creepy. And it looks like it belongs in the woods. So, Wendigo. There you go, Wendigo. And that lets you know, hey, we're on the alt line. There's so many like game trails through there. Like it looks like somebody's ridden back there, but it's not. It's deer. And then this is where it meets with the main track. Now this is the one that's a little sketchy because this is a jump. So you kind of got some speed and somebody might be cruising this way. You plowing each other. So as an indicator, I moved my trash cans from the band. This is the one that got run over by the skid steer. Not by me, somebody using the skid steer. I'm like, don't run over my trash can, and they did. So you're hauling boogie through here, you see these trash cans, you better look right. Or otherwise you might run into somebody. So I've tried to give you things to like, you know, just landmarks, if you will. Okay, I'm gonna pause it to the next sign because we got a little bit of a ways to go. Oh no, we don't. It's right here. Duh. Duh. Again, where are we? We're at which photo? So I've got which number 2? Right here. And she's kind of going that way, so you know you're flying that way, so that's the way you go. I thought that was convenient and semi-unplanned. Well, yeah, it was 100% unplanned, but it worked out. Because I didn't know where the witch signs were going to go. Those are the ones I got from Amazon. I didn't make those. And they weren't that much. It was like $12 for 3 of them. So, given how long it took to make them, yeah, that's probably a good purchase on my part. But it's hard to find silhouettes of the Wendigo or even flatwoods. So that's why I had to make those. Alright, I'm going to pause you to get the next sign. Okay, we're coming up on the final alt line as it sits currently. Now, I was really ambitious. I was going to make a bunch of these. Ended up making one because it's kind of a pain to cut out. So I had to cut this out with scissors. Come on, son, quit being weird. Here we go. So I did the actual Blair Witch sticks. I know I guess technically it's a Hollywood cryptid. I don't really know. But this is the last little outline. Again, when you're going through the woods, you just see an orange thing. That's all you really need to know that you're on an outline is because you see the orange. Unless it's like a big witch sign. Okay, pausing to the next one. Alright, that's going to be a that's potentially going to be an alt line, I think. It was the original line, but now we do the log hop thing. And I may just, after this corner, I don't know, that's just where the new woods track is going to start. I'm going to go straight through there. So I'll have a sign for that momentarily, eventually. And that'll just be single track stuff. And that shouldn't be too technical because it's pretty open. So I can fit through there pretty good. But anyway, just want to point that out. I feel like it's 12th time in 8 videos. Okay, so here's where another banner was. I would love to find the other banner. It might be in this growth stuff over here. But there's my little pole. I think there's 3 out here. One has the fabric, which is super amazing. But I think, because it was more on this side, that somewhere in this brush is the banner. Is it as good a shape as the other one? I don't know. Just kind of looking right now to see if I see it. I don't remember exactly where that one was. It was somewhere over here. So I don't know. So I've got, I guess I had a total of 4. One had the 2 had the symbols on it, and 2 had like some kind of like kabuki mask on it that I drew. I'd like to find it, but I don't know where it is. It could be in all this mess for all I know. It might be lost to oblivion. Getting close to, no, are we getting close? I don't know if we're getting close or not. Probably not. Maybe so. I don't know. We're on the outs now, so we get too far. I can't remember where I put it. I know I wanted the big flying broom, which is on main track, and I was going to put it like here, but then the witch is flying the wrong way, which, you don't really see that, but if we're going to stick to a theme, let's stick to a theme. And there's not really anywhere I could put it on the right to say to go to the left through here. I think that was my initial plan, was to put it back there. Here's my yard, building, barn, whatever it's called. I'll tell you, riding this track, it doesn't feel that long, but when you walk it, it definitely has some. It's a lot longer than you think it is. I understand how science works, and there she is. There's the witch. See, I got her pointing that direction because that's the way you go. Of course, you can't really see it, but I put it here because it was like, there's all these like conglomeration of trees. I'm like, it's kind of like, I don't know, a bunch of witches hanging out together. I don't know what my brain's thinking, if it is even thinking at all. But yeah, so that's I think that is all my signs. If you were so inclined, I guess you could count them and leave a comment to let me know how many there is, because I never remember to count them until I've already started walking. It might just be like 8. I don't know. It feels like it was a lot. But you could comment how many there were, just so I'll know, because I'll never remember to start counting at the 1. With all the turns and stuff, it's hard. So anyway, flip you around. So this has been walk through the woods, over the hills and through the woods with me. Yeah, I'm a little tuckered, because I think we rode at least an hour for sure, maybe a little more, at least an hour without stopping, and walked like I'm basically a mile this morning. Stretch class wasn't really exhausting, but I didn't sleep good last night. I was up really early. Ended up taking a shower at like 6 in the morning. Maybe it was not even 6 yet. So yeah, I'm a little tired. It's been a long week, been a heavy week. So we're gonna go back inside. I don't think we have any plans this evening. We have to go to Cary tomorrow for the thing, and I think we're actually staying the night. It was kind of questionable whether we were, apparently, but they've got like an open bar. I'm like, what good is that going to do me if I got to turn around and drive home from Cary after the reception? So I'll just be sitting there twiddling my thumbs while everybody else gets hammered. That'll be a fun time. So we got a place. I don't know where it is in relation to where we are at. It might be there. But yeah, I don't really know why we're going. Corinne seems to think that she really wants to recognize us at this Governor's Award banquet. Does that mean we're getting an award? Probably not. And maybe she's not going to recognize us. I don't know. But it just was really weird. It's like, oh, y'all should really go. Like, why? It'd be fun. I'm like, will it though? Well, you should go. So, I don't know. Maybe she just don't want to go by herself. And her being the president. So we're doing that tomorrow. It's supposed to rain all day tomorrow. And I'm seriously entertaining the idea of trying to ride every day in May. I did it every day in April last year, and we're off to a good start. So I don't know that I could do an hour plus 2 laps, but I could probably ride a little bit tomorrow before we leave, and we'll be back time Sunday that I could ride. So if it ain't pouring down rain, I may try to do it again. And why? I don't know, because I can. It's hard to do something for every day for a month. I mean, aside from brushing your teeth, I mean, that's sometimes hard, but you know, to do something on purpose for an hour every day for a solid month, no matter rain, shine, what, is tough. So, anyways, it's been a walk around the woods with Chad. Oh, I need to get my drink. Duh. Forgot about that part. Walk around the woods with Chad. Probably won't take you in the woods again, those woods, for a while, unless a tree falls down or it rains like crazy and the creek's really high or something. But I'm sure there'll be more mountain videos. So anyway, thanks for walking around. Let me know how many signs there are. Bye.